welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local Greenwich from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this hour. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. National School Leaving Certificate Examinations. Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi visits UAE. Malaysia has sent back over 200 containers of illegal plastic trash. Welcome to your domestic in brief. 11 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the southern Red Sea region and central and southern regions, respectively, as your health report. Out of these, 4 patients are from the quarantine center in Rahita, southern Red Sea region. 4 other patients are from quarantine center in Asmara, central region. The last 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Mandafara, southern region. On the other hand, 57 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in Gashbarka 34 and Central 23 regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients have accordingly risen to 3,138, while the number of deaths still stands at 10. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,374. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 7 April 2021. This year's National School Leaving Certificate examinations will be carried out from 12 to 17 April. Dr. Bisrat Gabru, Director of the Testing Center at the National Institute of Higher Education and Research Institutions Testing Center, indicated, stating that the examination will be given in 8 places, including Sawa, Asmara, Asab, Ala, Dakamhare, Haggaz, Mayhabar, and Naqfa. Dr. Bisrat said that 88% of participants are who have been attending regular classes in Warsai Kalo School in Sawa. She pointed out that the exam covers 12 subjects and that about 14,000 students are sitting for the examinations, in which 47% are females. This year's National School Leaving Certificate exam will be conducted with implementations of the strict COVID-19 preventative measures, including prior PCR testing for teachers, examiners, supervisors, and other personnels. And on your final domestic, as part of the effort being put out in place, social services provision institutions, over 65% of the population in Hamel Malo subzone and Sabah region have become beneficiaries of potable water supply, indicating that encouraging progress is being registered in providing basic social services. Mrs. Asha Ali Nora, administrator of the subzone, said that ensuring potable water supply to the residents has been one of the basic projects put in place in the subzone. Regarding educational service, Mrs. Asha said that before independence there were only 2 schools in the entire subzone, and that currently there are 34 schools ranging from preschool to high school. Mrs. Asha went on to say that health facilities in the subzone has increased from 0 to 2 health stations and 2 health centers, pointing out that the Hamel Malo is located along the main road connecting Karan Af Abed Zara as well as Galab Karan Habaro. As Mrs. Asha said, that today the semi-urban center is connected by dirt road with all administrative areas of the subzone. Mrs. Asha further indicated that since Ansaba River flows through the subzones, it is conducive for vegetables and fruit farming, and there are over 450 vegetables and fruit farmers contributing in stabilizing the market. Planting tree seedlings with a view to control erosion, village regrouping, and finalizing master plans of Hamel Malo semi-urban center are among further programs of the subzone, Mrs. Asha added. Up next with your global report, do stay with us for more. And on your international, Iraqi's Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi on Sunday said his visit to the UAE was part of his government's approach to strengthen the country's ties with the Arab region. Mr. al-Kadhimi was received in Abu Dhabi by Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. He said on Twitter that as part of his government's approach to enhance Iraqi's regional and international relations, he is in the UAE with an official delegation. Sheikh Mohammed hosted an official reception ceremony for Mr. al-Kadhimi at Qasr al-Watan, which included a 21-gun salute, honor guard, and the national anthem of the UAE and Iraq. This was his first official trip to the UAE since he assumed office last year. However, Sheikh Mohammed said that it was a pleasure to welcome their brother Mustafa al-Kadhimi to the UAE and that the UAE remains committed to supporting stability and progress for Iraq and its people. The officials discussed regional and global developments as well as ways to strengthen their fraternal relations. And on your final report, Malaysia said on Tuesday it had sent 267 containers of illegal plastic waste back to their countries of origin since 2019 and was in the process of returning 81 more, according to Reuters. Malaysia became the destination of choice for the world's plastic waste after China banned imports in 2018, but is struggling to fend off a deluge of generally unlicensed, unrecyclable garbage. New UN rules on the trade of hazardous waste under the Basel Convention came into force on January 1st, intended to discourage the production of hard-to-recycle plastic and to prevent rich countries from dumping trash in the developing world, whereas it often ends up polluting the local environment and the ocean. Signatories to the convention may only trade plastic waste if it is clean, stored, and easy to recycle, unless the importing country has guaranteed an exemption. In a statement on Tuesday, Environment Minister Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man noted that how much illicit waste Malaysia has succeeded in intercepting and promised that shipping companies or agents who broke Malaysia's environment and import laws would face strict actions. The United States, however, which produces more plastic waste per capita than any other country, is the only major nation not to have ratified the Basel Convention. However, under the treaty, Malaysia cannot accept prohibited plastic waste from the United States. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news and brief. Until we are back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. But until then, have a nice day.